All right, welcome to this episode of the Iowa Hawkeyes Rebuild. If you saw the last one, I'm going to spoil it pretty early. We did indeed sign the 5-star Brewer. He did commit to us. That was a big recruitment. We had him 100% scouted. He's the 28th ranked player in the nation with 90 speed at middle linebacker. That's just really, really good. That's really, really, really good. Unfortunately, we did miss out on the other two 5 stars that we wanted, but that is okay. We have 340 hours here. I'm just going to keep doing the recruiting. I'm going to sim this week. I'm not that worried about it. And we're going to just try and keep pushing until we get to the Nebraska game, I believe. So I'll tune you in probably right as I sim this week, or maybe the start of next week. All right, so we simmed the week. We did get some recruitments. My game's a little messed up, and every time I restart a recording, it registers my controller inputs. I don't really remember what the name was that we just got. I think Grim was one of them, but I think we got 2. So that's another recruitment that was successful. How many hours do we have left for this week? 400. So we have a lot of hours. I did just scout some star 3 stars, or gem 3 stars rather. This corner is one of them. No one's pursuing him. He's a slot corner with 94 speed. He has pretty bad man and zone, but maybe that'll develop, right? He is a gem after all. That's kind of what we'll be hoping for with him. So we're just going to throw 50 on. Let's see. There were some other ones too. Yes. So the corner, there's a wide receiver over here. We're already bringing in a lot of wide receivers. I don't know if I necessarily need this guy, but he is 6'4" with 95 speed. Someone that's valuable even if you have a bunch of wide receivers, right? And then the last one is there is an elusive back with 91 speed, 90 change of direction, who's a gem. Might as well bring him into the building. It's not going to hurt us. Yeah, there's just some players in here that we can try and get. We did, of course, get Tam, our QB, for the future, so I'm not really going to put any points into some of these other guys at QB. We already have Freeland. Now we're trying to get this running back as well. And then, of course, we don't want to forget about Talib. He is just a 4-star, but he's ranked 50th in the nation, and we have the lead on him, right? So some points, or some hours rather, that I can keep spending. I might just throw them in randomly on players that look good. Like, sure, man, this guy is a 4-star. We'll take you. But yeah, I'm going to keep simming. This week is a bye week after all. So not much to look at. In fact, I'll actually probably just keep clicking these 50s, and then we'll get going. I guess I can remove this tight end off the board. He's not really important for us. Hopefully we get Brad Stewart this week. That would be ideal. More big wide receivers. But I mean, hey, if we don't have anywhere else to go with these hours, there's no point in just keeping them, you know, not being used, right? So lineman is always someone that we can afford to put more points into as well. So that works for me. Another 50, and then we have 45 left. Who do we want to look at? I guess we'll do this guy since he's a pipeline guy, right? We'll do 25. I'll do 10, and then I'll put 10 on the other defensive end. Looks good to me. Let's sim to next week. We did win this last week. I saw that. I don't know what the score was, though. Let's take a quick little peek. I think it was UCLA, right, that we played? Yes, it was a close game. We won by 8. And now we are going into this week. We have one more game that we'll probably sim, and then we'll play the season finale. Brad Stewart does commit after that week. That's really good for us. The wide receiver big's not going to join us, but that's okay. Like I said, wide receiver, we already have the most recruits for. We are 7-3, ranked 17th in the country. There is a chance we could make a playoff push, right? Maryland is who we're playing this week. We are probably just going to just immediately send that. I don't really even feel like taking the time. I will go ahead and throw 50 on this QB. And, you know, it's 55 hours that we're not using on anybody. I don't really care. We're going to sim to next week. Fingers crossed, I see 8-3 in that record sheet. We do lose another 4-star wide receiver, but we're gaining on a lot of these other players, so that's good. We did lose that one, so it knocks us out of the top 25, unfortunately. But we do have a rivalry game against Nebraska. It's the final game of the season, so we'll go ahead, hop in, play, I would say the majority of it, maybe half-ish. We're going to probably run the first offensive, defensive drives each, respectively, and then we'll see from there. I will say, next year is going to be hopefully very different. I want to run kind of a better offense suited for what I think we should be trying to do, which if we get this QB who should have some speed, he's not maybe 90-something speed, but he has got some wheels. If we can start him, we might be able to run some read option playbooks and then really just try and ground and pound with the occasional like gadget wide receiver play, or maybe just one deep threat guy or jump ball guy, you know. Over here in the Midwest, we have some big boys, you know, so hopefully those will be the players that we get on the team starting next year, and we can, you know, run some better schemes for that player personnel. However, I will say, Nebraska having to deal with the stadium pulse off rip, I love to have it, and we perfectly got up through that gap, and that's going to be a negative 3-yard run for the Nebraska, is it Cornhuskers? I think it is. I'm like, I would say 80% sure. That feels confident enough. Don't know what I want to run here. We're going to use the safety. Our best players are our safeties. Ooh, and he's going to throw it into my hands. Unfortunately, we didn't catch it. I read that. But that's why he's on defense, I suppose, right? Bricks for hands. We'll take it, though. It was third down after all. If it was like first or second, that would have been actually brutal. But it wasn't, so forces the punt. Maybe slightly less field position than what I would have liked. Jay Higgins, I guess, is probably our best player, huh? But nonetheless, our safeties are still super duper good. Yeah, see, like, I like the idea of trying to run it up the middle consistently. Unfortunately, I feel like this playbook also kind of sucks, but I feel like the players are just not quite good enough for it. And I hope that, you know, improves next year, right? We're going to actually run this jet pass. I keep forgetting they changed the pursuit angles, and I'm used to playing with the other ones that are a little bit easier to cheese. I'm glad they fixed it, but it's going to take getting used to, knowing that I should just take that extra space on the outside. And they messed up in coverage because Anderson, wide open on the streak, it looks like the defenders collided, which allowed for our boy in man coverage to just be absolutely wide open. And that is quite the start to the football game for the Iowa Hawkeyes. After losing to UCLA, or no, Maryland, excuse me. Unfortunately, I don't think we even have a chance to make the playoffs. That was a tough loss, no doubt, because I do think we would have been in playoffs if we win that game and this game. Unfortunately, you know, things didn't go our way. Someone gets home. There we go. It didn't go our way. Next year will hopefully be the first year that we're able to, like, really become competitive. I mean, this team's already really good, don't get me wrong. But next year will be the year where maybe we can fight to be contenders, right? So 7-4, hopefully 8-4 after this game is pretty much what Iowa has been doing, right? So on par for the course. But we have mainly been focusing on the recruiting this season, as we do get a sack there on third down. So 2 big third down plays for this defense on back-to-back drives. But yeah, we focused on our scouting. So maybe next year will be a nice improvement from that. We actually get a lot of room here returning this punt to the outside. There was one man to beat. Couldn't get it done. But that juke was kind of nasty. And we're just going to try and run this ball. Run the football, baby. I regret that. 2nd and 5. Do I play more of this game if we just score on this one? I don't know. I maybe should have made a move. LaShawn Williams did get a lot of yards there, but I feel like we were one man from getting maybe like a dozen more. But the blocking's going well this time. Tried to juke to the right. We still picked up 7, but wasn't, you know, a huge gain. All right, LaShawn's back on the field. And if we can just do this all game, right? There's literally no reason not to. If we can just ground and pound our way into their red zone and then into the end zone, we shouldn't stray away from it. And I realize I'm saying that as I'm calling all go. But I'm going to throw the check down anyway, so it's fine, right? Another 7-yard gain for the Iowa offense. And they're kind of running, I mean, they have like 6 players in the box, but only 3 down linemen is kind of not the personnel I would imagine you would want to run while we're consistently doing this. So, and I mean, they're kind of sticking to their guns. They don't want to audible, which, you know, respect to it if you think it'll eventually start stopping us, but it has yet to do so. And even when it looked like they had their best defensive stand there, we managed to pick up all the way up to the 2-yard line. And, I mean, this just doesn't look like good personnel. I should be able to just run this right up the middle if all goes well. Never mind. He just didn't get blocked. What was that? Who's responsible for him? So 67 doesn't block him, and then our tight end tries to, for some reason, and he's not in the position to make that play. Well, I was calling them borderline trash for their decision makings, and then they performed voodoo to get to our running back, and then we managed to not score a touchdown. So credit to Nebraska for shutting me up about that. We're going to kick this one right to the uprights. I think I'll play one more defensive drive because I'm having fun on defense, which, you know, surprise, surprise, you use Iowa and you do good on defense. Who would have guessed? But I am going to do one more defensive drive, and then we'll probably sim. I would like to get to this next season as quickly as possible. I have a lot of excitement going into it. Although I will say there's going to be some players I will miss, like pretty much everyone on our defense that's a senior. They will be missed. Offense I'm not as concerned about. We're bringing in a lot of new guys, including a freshman QB who I probably will start. We'll look at it. But I would be surprised if we don't immediately start that freshman that we're bringing in, Tam. So we'll see. But defense, we will miss a lot of these players, and we're going to break that block, excuse me, to stop them on 3rd down. That was a great job from our linebacker there. And I mean, look at this home crowd, man. They are showing love, and we appreciate it over here. All right, I'm not used to having stadium pulse like this in my first year. Granted, this is only the 2nd team I'm rebuilding, but still not used to it. I think that's fair to say. I said I was only going to do defense, but here I am running offense. So let's undo that. So we'll jump ahead to the end of the game, and we'll jump in if we need to. We're going to get a touchdown after some turnovers, it looked like. And, I mean, oh my goodness, Iowa is crushing Nebraska. They do put up 7 finally, but it looks like it's going to be way too little, way too late as we go up 30 points. before they're able to answer back with a touchdown. We take the season finale in Iowa against our rivals, Nebraska. Pretty good game. Very consistent scoring from us in every quarter. Love to see that. Let's see. What else should be included in this episode is the real question, right? Like I said, I just don't expect us to be even in a bowl game or anything. We might be in a bowl game, actually. That might be a thing that happens. It's certainly more probable. I mean, we are back in the top 25, so that's cool. Do I care even about spending this 100 hours? Truth be told, not really. I mean, I guess I'll do it on the defensive ends, but they're only 3 stars, which, I mean, in any first-year rebuild, that's not bad usually, but we are already a top 25 team, pretty much. So, for our sake, really not as necessary. We will take Biggs off our board. And Cobb. Don't forget Cobb. Because we're gonna forget Cobb, actually. We're gonna forget him. I guess I could have scheduled some players for visits if I cared. I don't. Everyone that we have already pretty much committed are the guys that I was focused on. We do get Cameron Boone, a right tackle there. We lose out on another wide receiver. That's 4 stars. It is what it is. I'm not gonna cry over spilled milk. Now, this is the week where we get to hire and fire our coaching staff, right? So, I always forget to do this. And frankly, neither of these guys know how to recruit, and that's all I care about, gentlemen. We're getting new guys. We're going to be getting new guys. It's just unfortunate that we ended up doing pretty good this year, and you guys are getting replaced, but it is what it is. You aren't going to help me scout next year. And that is pretty much punishable by death if you're a coordinator for me, at least. Dang, we're not going to get Odom, I don't think. And I think that might go for the QB as well. But the QB would have been a backup anyways. Will Howard wins the Heisman. And we do get a bowl game in Las Vegas against Baylor. I don't really know the relevance of this game, but it is cool, I guess. We'll take a peek at who offered us. Iowa State wants to steal us. Respect for thinking they could pull that off. We're going to kill you next year as well. Sorry about it. Yeah, managed staff is now where I can hire coaches, right? Okay, perfect. So let's see. Who is the highest level offer it? Also, isn't there... Am I supposed to... I thought I was supposed to be able to see their rank out here. Steve Keys is B Prestige. He does have some recruiting unlocked. I'm not allowed to look at it, but Steve Keys probably in the lead right now for who I'm considering. He runs a pro-style offense. This is still Steve Keys. They pulled up Steve Keys twice, so maybe Joe Clay will pop up this time. He does, and he actually looks like he has a lot of recruiting as well as Scheme Guru. Okay, maybe Clay will be the guy. I don't really know, man. This is still Joe Clay. They really need to fix this. All right, this guy looks actually pretty good, just not good at recruiting. This guy runs pistol, which is intriguing to me. So it's definitely Joe Clay, or... I mean, Joe Clay does run pistol, right? Is that, like, that tempting to me? A little bit. I kind of like that more than I like the Scheme Guru. But I think I am going to hire Joe Clay. I think this is going to be our guy. What's his prestige? C+. That's fine. We're going to hire him. I think this is going to be the right pick for what we're trying to do. I guess he has to accept it too, so maybe we won't get him. 4.25 for Mark Cook, who looks fantastic at what he does. I'm almost confident he'll be the guy we offer on. Tim Ellis out over here. Not bad. Yeah, it looks like we're probably going to offer on Mark Cook and hope he takes the job. So we have our coordinators offered. And we'll have to wait on next week. And then we have a bunch of coach skill points that we can spend. But I will go ahead and just quickly do this bowl game. I'm really not that concerned about it, but like we'll come in and like hope that things go well. We'll sim it and watch it unfold as well. We might do the first drive. I really don't want to do offense. Yeah, okay, we'll do the first defensive drive. And then hope that I'm not terrible at it. And ideally our offense sims better than what I've been doing all year. Baylor's offense looks significantly better than ours. Statistically speaking. And this could be the last game. Well, it will be the last game for a lot of our players. Maybe not a lot. No, probably a lot. I'm pretty sure we got our fair share of seniors here. So hopefully they can have some good games out here. And they're going to run an RPO, throw it, but to no avail as they only pick up 3. 3rd and 7 early. We're going to use Castro, one of our best players, undoubtedly. We're going to get to the QB, but just a step too late. And he's going to stand in there with poise and deliver a good pass. Kind of a zone that I should have been covering, but I wanted to blitz. And I saw the play action, kind of bid on it pretty heavy. And I did not go where I was supposed to there. And they're going to pick up 6 on that one, so. Fingers crossed this drive stalls out very quickly. Otherwise, we're going to be in a little bit of trouble. Yeah, I can't run with that slant all day, right? I'm passing him off to the other guy in the zone. Unfortunately, the QB's got enough time in that pocket where he can sit there and wait for it. And we're going to blitz. And Baylor's running back going to break the tackle, unfortunately. Does pick up the first. I'm going to run with Castro once again. And I probably was not supposed to do what I did. They are kind of driving easily, I would say. I'm going to be ready to jump this with Higgins if I need to. Yeah, there's too many players for me to cover. Everyone was up the middle, and I only had one zone there. That was brutal. I didn't think we were going to get driven on like that. That was really unfortunate. I think I will play one offensive drive and hope to replicate pretty much what they did entirely. And fingers crossed it does go that well. Looked like there might have been some space there. It closed up pretty quickly. Yeah, impact players. It's always just Castro and Higgins that get shown there for us. And, you know, I mean, it's fair enough. If they're our best players, they deserve to be there. But I think our tight end should be popping up there, right? He's actually not in this game. And I threw that into, like, triple coverage. That was an awful read. I thought they were going to lay off him. They did not. And, ooh, we are in a bit of a scenario. I don't know why I'm calling this play. It almost always results in, like, a sack or immediate pressure. And this isn't going well. But, hey, we can run one of our favorite plays in this playbook where we just pray that they don't have a middle-high safety and then throw it to Guild after waiting way too long. And then, ideally, Guild doesn't do that. That was pretty much the exact opposite of what I was hoping for. And they're going to rough our punter. I literally can never remember to change that setting. I need to turn it off. It's so broken. But hey, man, I earned that roughing the kicker. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So the offense keeps
well, here we are at the 36 because this game believes that roughing the kicker is the most common penalty in college football. I cannot believe they released a patch already for this game, and that wasn't a part of it. That is mind-boggling to me. We're going to flip it to the left here. Looks like if we can get one-on-one blocks to work out, we have room. We didn't get as much as I thought we could, but, I mean, a first is a first down, nonetheless. All right. I mean, they're pressing our wide receivers. I like Gill, despite his drop earlier in the game. And actually, just a complete lapse in coverage. Anderson completely unguarded. Touchdown, Iowa. Let's jump ahead to the end of the game. What do we say? They are going to drive and immediately score a touchdown, get the ball back, scored again. Then we're going to score. We are down 8 right now. About to be the end of the half. They score a field goal. Iowa really struggling here, but brings it to a 3-point game. And we have the ball, so... Hey, things are looking up. It's a very close game. The crowd is unbelievably dead because I simmed.
They're gonna run it.
I didn't like the blocks letting me go to the outside, so I cut it inside. We didn't really have anything there either, though. Okay, I mean, they're pressing Gill. I don't know if I'll throw it to him. In fact, we're going to take the drag to our tight end. And our QB with 3 picks today, not ideal. Send Gill out wide. And I threw a terrible pass there, looking at him standing there, looking at me. And for some reason, I was like, oh, no. Our tight end's going to cut underneath. He did not, and that should have been a pick. Yeah, I don't like anything, and I can't throw the ball away, unfortunately. I don't know if it's my controllers are broken or the game is broken, but I have serious issues when I try and throw the ball away. Like, it is bad. It's, like, physically not possible on my other controller, and this one was good, and now it has stopped working too. So I really don't know what to do to fix that. But what I do know is that just pretty much knocked us out of field goal range. And our tight end will hold on through contact there. Good catch. That makes this a makeable field goal. And, I mean, I think we drilled that. And we did. Tie game up here in Las Vegas. Ooh, no, that should be fine. Yeah, that's fine. We will go ahead and play this defensive drive. Fingers crossed it goes better than the last time I did that. They did 3 and out last drive, according to the announcers. I feel really low energy. I'm sure it's very noticeable in my voice. I ran right through the line. Okay, I just didn't expect that, and I didn't make the right decision trying to tackle there because of it. But 3rd and 6. And I mean, wide out just somehow finds the perfect spot between the zones, and not great coverage allows them to get a huge chunk play to our 34-yard line.
We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating.
I mean, I can't stop their offense, man. I don't know what's going on here. I really don't want to just sim it and hope that they will stop it, because if they don't, then I'm going to be like, of course they didn't, you know? I'd rather be at fault because of my own... Are you kidding me? Never mind. I'm simming. I completely lied. Play all options, play all offense. This is going to mess up the scoreboard, I think, but it's fine. Whatever. Did we give up a touchdown or a field goal? A field goal. Nice. Look at that. My team, so good. I rely on them whenever I need to. See, now we can't see the stupid time on the game. Dude, I saw square way too late. I tried to throw it, and we got drilled. Oh my god, I sold. I'm at fault, unfortunately. That is crazy. That is crazy. I'm going to be the reason we lost this game. I mean, he was wide. He had the step on him. I just unfortunately didn't see it until way too late. Tried to get it there, and just, like I said, I got drilled as I threw it. Okay, Mick. Okay, there he goes. He was not underneath his center, and that concerned me. I mean, I don't have time, man, in this pocket. Our line is so bad, and I have played in my Dynasty where my line is absolutely unbelievably good, and it's still bad. So I don't even think recruiting better linemen will do anything for us. Why am I in recent? How long have I been in that? I was like, dude, I'm only getting the same place. But yeah, I don't even think having better linemen will help my situation here that I'm whining about. I mean, I just gotta throw it to someone. But, I mean, this game was over the second I threw that pick, unfortunately. I mean, we'll get a nice play there, though. I will say that was bad coverage and a great route. We're going to run the exact same play with no huddle. I won't be able to see the time on the clock because EA isn't capable of doing anything right. I saw circle off the cut. Unfortunately, I don't think I could get it to him in time by the time I realized it, and that's going to be the result. We're going to run a post here with circle as well. And I mean, I'm trying, man. I am trying to get this football out, and our QB's paying the price every time. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do, man. I mean, what in God's name am I supposed to do? I get no time. There's no time in that pocket. That's why we need a run read option. Will this be good enough? Oh my goodness, we drilled it. Well, I mean, I don't think we stand a chance. Yeah, can they just kneel it out? It looks like they can. And that's going to be the game. We lose our first bowl game as head coach. It is what it is. I care a little bit, but do I really? Not really. Like, yeah, it would have been nice to win. I just couldn't be bothered any less at the same time. So, let's see. Is there anything else here that's worth showing? Seth Anderson got Player of the Week for our division. Cool. Sick, man. Yeah, what happened here? Did we get our guys? Did we get the coordinators we wanted? Coach hired. Sick. All right, we got the coaches or coordinators we wanted. Is there anything worth showing? I have genuinely no clue. I think I'm going to go ahead and end the video here, actually, and I'll tune you in for the offseason in the next video. We were a top 25 team this year, but next year, ideally, we'll be better, right? So, hopefully, you'll tune into that one. We should have some big things happening. Adios.